Hello students, welcome to my class. Myself Janisha from Sciences of Composite PU College, Vijaypur. So in the previous episode, we have discussed about the background of financial crisis and what is the reason for adoption of new economic policies in 1991 and what are the structural changes have been takes place in the Indian economy after the 1991. So these things we discussed in the previous episode. And also finally we came to know about the three heads, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. And now today in this episode we'll discuss about in detail regarding the concept of liberalization. Okay students, now let me discuss about what is this liberalization and why this liberalization was introduced and what is the impact of this liberalization. Liberalization was introduced to put an end to the restrictions and open various sectors of the economy. Then why this liberalization was introduced? Because to end the restrictions on various sectors of the economy and also to open the various sectors in the economy. Though a few liberalization measures were already introduced in 1980s, that is in the areas of industrial licensing, export-import policy, technological upgradation, fiscal policy, foreign investment. But the real reform policies were initiated, that is in 1991, and it was more comprehensive. Now let me see what are the areas, which are the important areas which received greater attention in and after 1991. So what are the areas which covers the policy of liberalization? That is, first one, industrial sector, that is deregulation of industrial sector. Second one, financial sector reforms. Third one, tax reforms. Fourth one, foreign exchange reforms. And fifth one, trade and investment policy reforms. So these are the areas which cover or which paid a great attention for what the 1991 liberalization policy. Now in detail we'll discuss one by one. And also private sector was not allowed in many industries. Along with this, private sectors was not allowed in any kind of industries, and some goods could be produced only in small scale industries, not in the large scale industries, and controls on price fixation and distribution of selected industrial products. That means the price fixation is also under the control of a government. So these restrictions will be followed, that is before the introduction of reforms period. But once the reform policies introduced in and after 1991 removed many of these restrictions. So here, first of all, industrial licensing was abolished for almost all but product categories, in some cases except these categories like alcohol, cigarettes, hazardous chemicals, industrial explosives, electronics, aerospace and drug and pharmaceuticals. So except these cases, remaining all the industrial licensing was abolished after the introduction of 1991 reform. So these are all the reforms will take place in the financial sector. The next, what about in the financial? The next, what about in the financial sector reforms? What are the reforms have been takes place in the financial sector? Financial sector includes financial institutions such as commercial bank, investment bank, stock exchange operations, and foreign exchange market. Here, the financial sector in India is regulated by the RBI. As you know that RBI was a regulator of financial sector in India. So as the regulation of RBI decides the amount of money that the banks can keep with themselves, fixes interest rate, nature of lending to various sectors, etc. So these are the role of RBI before the introduction of reform period. And one of the major aim of so that the reforms will be takes place in the financial sector also. So one of the major aims of financial sector reform is to reduce the role of RBI from regulator to facilitator of financial sector. Also, those banks which fulfill certain conditions have been given freedom to set up new branches without the approval of RBI and rationalize their existing branch networks. That means here all the banks, so they can, without the approval of RBI, they can expand their branch also, network also, and that complete freedom was given to the all financial institutions. Though banks have been given permission to generate resources from India and abroad, and certain managerial aspects have been retained with the RBI to safeguard the interest of the account holders and the nation. That means here the banks will get, all the financial institutions will get the permission to generate the resources from India and abroad, and also to have the managerial aspects and to safeguard the interest of account holders and the nation. Along with this financial sector reform, which allowed investment in Indian financial market, that is by the foreign institutional investors such as merchant bankers, mutual funds, pension funds, etc. So now for them also it is allowed to invest in Indian financial market. So these are the financial sector reforms have been takes place after 1991. Okay students, so further we'll discuss in the next episode. So in this episode also some exercise questions will be there. Please solve those exercise questions. Question number 1. Write a note on financial sector reform. Question number 2. What is the role of RBI's regulator to facilitator? So these are the questions you need to write it in your assignment book and submit on time. Thank you.